As a new developer, what job should I apply for? It's a bit of a how long is a piece of string question. What does Microverse recommend for someone with skills in React.js, Redux, and Ruby on Rails?
I can take this one. We frequently recommend that you apply, you get whatever job you can, right? And so the one thing that people sometimes forget is that when people put up a job posting, it's a wish list of skills. And so you may find that the job has React as a core skill, and they also require, say, Python, and you haven't learned Python at Microverse. But you learned Ruby. And as Daniel Samuel said in the chat, he got a Python job because he learned Ruby, because Ruby and Python are so very similar. So he applied to that job. I believe, if I recall correctly, he learned Python quickly because he had previous Ruby experience, and he really crammed for the exam before the interview, and was able to get that job because of his Microverse education, even though the job wasn't a perfect match for what we teach here at this school. This school prepared him to be able to apply for a job like that, and he got the job. So apply to any job that you feel you can actually do. If you think you can do the job, you should apply for it. That's our answer.
Well, stay right there, Eric, because we've got someone who's currently a 19-year-old student. Is it possible for me to get it, to get a job? Most companies demand a degree, and I currently don't have one.
Yeah, so that's definitely a topic I can speak to. I have personal and professional experience with that. So I'm a developer by trade. Most of my career has been coding, but I'm also a career coach here at Microverse. So I can speak to that both from my having observed students go through this process, as well as for my own career. And I think from my career, it's a little more interesting. So I personally did not finish my degree. Back when I was in school, I went to like a traditional college. I was pursuing a computer science degree. But I was able to get a job before I completed that degree. I dropped out of school, and I got a job back at Yahoo. Was my first job back when they were a cool company to work for. And the reason it happened was it's like the conversation we had earlier about when will you be ready for a job. It kind of depends. Will you need to complete the whole program to be competitive for a job? Maybe, maybe not. Probably. Most people do need to go through their whole education, especially at a school like this where it's a shorter program and you're learning just the necessary job skills. But I've found that most colleges are long and they teach you all sorts of things you don't really need on the job. And that was the case for me. And because of that, because it's so common, a lot of employers, when they say they want a bachelor's degree, what they really mean is they want someone competent and capable of writing code. And they use the bachelor's degree as a proxy for those skills. So you'll even see that sometimes in the job description, bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. There's all sorts of wiggle room in these things. So I would say, no, don't worry about having a degree. Worry about being able to pass an interview. And if you feel you have the skills to do the job and you feel you have the ability to pass the interview, apply. You'd be surprised how many people get these jobs without meeting 100% of the requirements on the job description, whether it's a Python requirement or a degree requirement. It happens all the time.